evening, everyone. Welcome to Delta Entertainment. I am your host, Liga Kenobi. And before we get started, guys, please hit that like button and please subscribe to my channel. Would appreciate that very much. All right, let's get into this. Superman movie drops The American Way from Classic Manta, according to the film threats Chris Score. Now, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be truthful, man, right now. I am a bit worried about this movie. I am really, really worried about it. Now, we've got so many. I've got 4 articles that I've read, including this one. And let me tell you right now, man, there's been a lot speculations. There's been a lot of talks about this movie. A lot of changes in what they're going to do, what the plot is. And I will say that I'm going to say this one thing. I will see it to believe it. But let me tell you, I have watched Chris Score's work on these things, on these movies. Jeremy John's reviews on these movies. Tyrone Magnus. You know, I have watched people that are like us, that go to these events, watch these movies, take their own opinions, and I take it with a grain of salt, and then when I get there and I watch it, I make my own opinion whether I liked the movie or I didn't. And right now, this Superman movie, it's not looking good. Now, I did talk to my cousin about this take on Superman, and I'm gonna tell you this, man. There are things that we agree and disagree on, but this one right now, what I've read and what I've told him, he does agree with everything that what I've said so far. This movie hangs in the balance right now. This is on the balance. This hangs in the grip. If this movie fails in the box office, if this movie fails the fans, DC's finished. Completely finished. No one may not probably go see that Lanterns television series. No one may not go see Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. I don't even think that Wonder Woman movie will be in production. Which right now, James Gunn has said that it is in production right now as we speak. But still, this is not looking good. So, we're going to look at these articles. We're going to take these articles and we're going to look at them. All right, so here's one. James Gunn's Superman, written and directed by him, is set to release on the 11th. Approval from James Gunn, and in case you haven't heard, it's been making news lately for the variety of reasons, none of which are particularly encouraging. Right, which are not looking good. So here's this. First comes from the movie reviewer, Hollywood Insider, and YouTube personality Chris Score, who has seemingly confirmed that James Gunn has decided to part ways with Superman's iconic motto, "The Truth, Justice, and American Way." Now, my cousin and I, we've talked about this, and he did tell me, and I did remember that he did that a couple of years ago. They went from American Way to A Better Tomorrow. But now there's talks, and there's a rumor, if it's true, the slogan will be truth, justice, and the human way. If this is true, holy dang, that ain't looking good. Now let's take a read at some of this part. While some have praised these shifts for their inclusivity, others argue that this diminishes the character's historic connection to American values and evidences a sense of embarrassment around Superman being tied so closely to the United States. a country to which both DC and James Gunn arguably owe their successes to. Now, the creator of this Superman comics is Canadian, and this Canadian artist has been fighting for the Superman rights. And I tell you, man, if James Gunn messes around with Superman's movie, man, it may not look good. So a lot of people argued about Zack Snyder's Superman film, that they didn't like the movie, they didn't like how it was. Well, let me tell you, I liked The Man of Steel. It was a good movie. A different take from Zack Snyder, but it was good. But now I remember that we all saw the second trailer, and that Lois Lane, she kind of went harsh on Superman, asking him the tough questions, giving him a big argument of why he did not talk with the president, which I did complain before that he went around the world without the president's approval and everything. But there's a point to all this. Like I said, dude, I mean, many a times, man, that's why I don't like them trying to do too much, go political, too political, especially in this modern time, man. They're going too much modern, and it's not looking good. And like I said, I've read so many articles on this. I've read so many articles on this Superman movie, and it's not looking good, especially their budget. Now, let me give you another one that I've read. Let me show you another one that I've read right now. All right, so let me drop this one right here. Here we go with this one, all right? Here we go with this one. All right, let me see. You may not be able to read the title, so I'm going to get up there to the title right now. Stand by, guys. Superman praised by Clark Kent in a new Daily Planet Vital campaign. Now, like I said, I read these articles. I read them. I take it with a grain of salt. Everything. But like I said, some of these articles that I've read have been accurate of what goes on in the movies. If this is confirmed of how things are with this movie, it's not looking good for James. I mean, it's not going to look good for James Gunn. So this is what happened. We have a picture here that Clark Kent himself wrote about his alter ego, Superman, titled "The Makings of Our Newest Superhero." Here we go. His origins. Our super friend was born on the alien planet Krypton, meaning he's had to take the time to learn the ways of Metropolis and the people who inhabit it. It appears Superman has not just embraced humankind, he's grown to love them. His powers. In his time protecting Metropolis, we've come to see Superman display an era of powers from flight and super speed to super strength. As impressive as the abilities are, many say his strongest power is his huge heart that allows him to keep hope alive. His purpose. If I had to make an educated guess, Superman has shown he wants to help humanity not just survive, but thrive. He is a living example that there is always hope for a better tomorrow. Why else would someone consistently put themselves in danger? From Alien to Agatha. Kent's story reminds readers that Superman comes from Krypton but has grown to love humanity. It's familiar framing, but one that learns into the emotional and ideological core of the new film. The article reads like a public relations piece, which is fitting considering how the film's marketing is clearly focused on managing perception. It's like I said, dude, I'm a bit worried. I'm a bit worried about this. we have this right here. Between this and the earlier letter from the editor, the campaign is going full meta using universal characters to set the tone and sells Gunn's take on Superman as a modern-day symbol of truth, justice, and not the American way. Whether this is clever world building or more of the message being pushed remains for up to debate, but the campaign isn't subtle. It's selling a version of Superman that's part superhero, part social symbol, and part PR machine. So like I said, dude, if this movie goes this route, if they go this route, I don't know, man. I will feel sorry for a lot of Superman fans. Now, there was a lot of complaints about the early release of the movie coming out on July 8th instead of July 11th. So here's what James got to say on this. So first, we have this. This one guy, he said this. Lamens Ista. This is what he wrote. Why? Now people are going to spoil the movie on social media for 4 days straight. Even if they love it and ticket serials get a boost from word of mouth, there's still a risk of it backfiring due to intentional, hateful reviews from people who's been trying to stir negativity about this movie from the beginning. Now, it's like I said, I'm not trying to throw negativity on this movie. I want to be truthful. I'm not going to be like those chills. I'm not going to be like those Disney chills people that tell you everything good about the movie. I'm going to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm going to give you my take on it. Whether it's good or bad. Like Tyrone Magnus, for example. He's going to give you the truth. He's going to give you his take on the movie. Everybody gives their take on it. It depends on you if you want to listen. Depends on you. Now, this is what James Gunn said. He said 2 things. 1, hearing a spoiler won't kill the movie. The enjoyment of the film isn't based solely on its surprises. 2, but if it does concern you, please be careful of where you go online during those few days. Exactly. So, if I go on July 8th, which I will, I'm going to go watch this movie. I'm going to throw out my review. It is up to you if you want to see my take on it or you don't. You go watch it. If you don't want no spoilers, which I'm not going to throw any spoilers, but I will throw out my negative thoughts or my positive thoughts on it and be truthful. But if you don't want to watch my video on it, you don't have to. You can just go watch the movie for yourself, and you can decide for yourself if you like the movie or you don't. Totally up to you. So, like I said, dude, I mean, this last article that I got on Superman is just a poster that's 1 month away, which I'm not even going to describe it. It looks good. It looks good, the poster, but it ain't talking about what I'm going to talk about here. But it's like I said, dude, again, I say this again, I'm going to take this with every article that I have read about this movie. I'm going to take it with a grain of salt. Make my opinion whether the movie is good or the movie is bad. That is my opinion. So, but I am worried about this movie. In the end, I am worried about this. So, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. So, thank you for watching this video. So, I'll please, by all means, share this video, post a comment below, let me know your thoughts. And as always, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for being part of the channel. And I hope to see you guys until next time. Bye, everyone.